Welcome to A and B Horror Movies. I'm Aaron,
Ben.
and today we're very excited to be joined by Karl RedGen. Karl, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Coming on.
You're very welcome. Yes, thank you. So you are a writer, a producer, a director. We have you on to talk about your short film called Outer Reaches. Congratulations on that. And we're going to try something that we haven't done before, and that is play your film while we record this, and we can comment on it. So sort of a director's commentary.
That's
We'll see
very
how.
exciting. I have not had the opportunity to sort of do a director's commentary. I did it once on my own social media for my friends and family when the film first came out. But this is kind of different. This is more fun, I think.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be awesome. I should also
That'd be
mention
fun.
that you wrote and directed Closed Circuit, another short film of yours that is available to watch, and it's very different from Outer Reaches.
Hmm.
Excellent. All right, let's jump right into it. See if we have any technical difficulties. Hopefully not.
Well, can't get any more technical than the last video we recorded.
That's
I mean, we're all in different
true.
cities, and that's what's amazing about technology. We're like completely different sides of the world, and it's like we can have this conversation, we can talk about the film, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, because
Well,
Ben's in the UK. Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
no, I was going to say we went for almost over 40 minutes last one, and then I vanished.
Yes, but you were there for the most part.
Uh,
Oh no, and you froze for a second. Oh, you're back.
yeah.
All right, let's get right into it. So we are going to watch Outer Reaches right now.
I
We've
just
been
love this
dislodged from
logo.
Fortuna's main line too early.
The automatic guidance
This
system is now engaged.
this intro is like so cool
Entering
because I
upper
wasn't expecting
atmosphere.
it.
Visibility is low due to strange cloud formation. Our priority is to land safely.
Hull breached. Secure your helmets
Not even
immediately.
effect.
Yeah,
Really
it looks
good. And I
fantastic.
love that they used the ship that I built, like hand built the ship, and then they used that in the entrance. So like they took it all the 360 photos, and then they made it into a composite that comes down into space. It's so cool.
It's so cool. And the pod looks amazing too.
It's so funny for that we tried to make the pod like crash, so my producer held it up and it like fell onto him, but it was because it was all muddy, he like couldn't hold it. It's like 60, 70 pounds maybe, and he was just trying to hold it over his head, and then we just was like scrap the idea and just have the fire. But I love all
Too
these
fun.
wide shots, they're so cool.
Yeah, that one scene that we just
Artemis,
saw right there, even
status
that,
report.
It appears
background
we
is
have
beautiful.
prematurely disembarked on Proxima Centauri.
Where was this
B.
We filmed in
Crashed,
Melbourne.
you mean?
There are no active signs of life in our current vicinity. After conducting an atmospheric safety test, the air is breathable.
Finally, some good news.
Yeah, I've had a lot of comments about this guy. His name's Cam. Everyone thinks he was a Hemsworth on set. All the girls were
Connecting your
swooning over
distress
him.
beacon to the Fortuna Communications Bay now.
They
That's
kind
too
of have that
funny.
look, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
This shot's
right there.
amazing. I think this is my favorite shot of the whole film almost. The one that's like,
Yeah, agreed.
trying to attack.
I noticed the same thing. Even
And
that
it's
looks
interesting.
fantastic. Go ahead.
Like when you're on set, you don't know what these visual effects are going to look like. You know, I had a visual effects supervisor on set, and we had an idea, and I was. But then when you get into the visual effects studio, you're
My
like, this is so
apologies,
cool.
Commander. I am unable to make contact. All communications with the ship appear to be offline.
Well, that's just great. Are we able to send a message?
Yes, you can record a message that will be sent once communications with Fortuna are
And I wish I put a little
reestablished.
button on his wrist,
Commander
just so
Chris
it kind of
Hargrave.
didn't come out of nowhere.
The Artemis exploration pod is preemptively set down on
Yeah,
the
I don't
surface
know,
of
that's kinda
Proxima
cool,
Centauri
though.
B.
Yeah, like all this
currently
tech is sort of hidden.
A recovery team will need to be
Yeah.
sent to these coordinates as we require immediate assistance. Wait your reply.
The message is awaiting signal from satellite Europa PXB for retrieval.
Guess all we can do now is wait.
I think the
What
most
was
interesting thing
the-
about making a sci-fi is designing technology and inventing the way that ships move and how like that move. But this is one of the best reveals of the entire film.
Yikes.
Yo, what the fuck is that thing? too much.
I love the tentacle monster. It's so cool.
Yeah, lots of tentacles there.
And this section is very like cosmic horror, you know, sort of in his mind.
Nestor, is that you?
You can kind of tell from here that the alien's sort of manipulating both of them, you know, without interfering their free will, I think.
Yes. Yeah, you can kind of see it with the filtering too, the lighting.
Release me from this prison.
I want to, but...
That reminded me of Independence Day.
Will you bring my agony to an end?
That's the inspiration, right? The punching in the face.
All right,
And it's like, welcome to Earth.
I don't know what to do. I'm sorry.
Oh, I love it. Cool.
That bit there, we try to do a whiplash thing where the tentacle kind of steps back and reverse it, but it took like an hour, so we had to just do whatever we could.
Oh, it looks good.
My species is on the brink of extinction.
I love that the tentacles pulsate.
Yeah, once the video finishes, there's a great story that I'll tell about it. It's about the pulsating. It's so cool.
And you have no other option but to...
But the actor, Michael Foster, he did an amazing job. He's technically playing 4 characters in this. And when we were on set, he let the alien kind of take over his body. So he's never himself. He's always being controlled by the alien, which is something pretty cool.
No thanks. I think I'd
Very
rather
cool.
die. What is this?
When I first saw that, I was like, wow, I was not expecting
doing
that photo with all that text coming up, and I was like, that's one of the best
Daddy,
CGI that I could have hoped
outer
for.
space is fun. When you coming
Oh, it
home?
looks so good, yeah. And then the voices start to come through.
So you can kind of tell it's going into his mind a little bit more,
Hi, darling.
manipulating him.
I know you're off doing amazing things and saving the planet. I miss you so much. Your son wants to meet you.
Turn this off and get out of my head.
If you want to see your wife and son again, then you will have no other option but to help us. We will do what we can to spare them.
I said turn it off!
I love this, how the whole ship kind of
Listen
shakes
to me.
as he's
I don't
kind
know
of
what
losing
you want
control
from us,
when
but
he gets
you need to let him
punched.
go right now.
There is no negotiation. This is our only chance for salvation. Free us.
I can't wait to
Your
talk with you
friend,
about the effects that you've got
Your
here.
options for choice are limited,
Yeah.
Commander. Stop.
And I love his hand too, like even like
him go.
subtle things where you don't even really
We'll
see
talk.
it. We made sure he was fully alien.
You will be released when we no longer require you. God damn it!
I love if on a second watch, this film really
Beautiful.
pays off if you watch it multiple times because it has a lot of world building, it has a lot of like subtleties of like the manipulation and how the ship's being controlled by the alien, so that's why the signal can't go away and all those types of things. So there's all these things that people don't catch on their first watch that really rewards viewers on a second or third watch, I think.
Yes. Even the lightning in the background is a nice touch.
So cool. And this shot coming up is yeah, it's like the heartbeat's supposed to be in his ear. It's supposed to be like, you know, he's running out of breath and you can hear his pulse in his ear. This shot's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Life support levels for Officer Flannery are critical. Attach emergency O2 supply immediately.
Shit. Nestor. Artemis, how much oxygen does the pod have left?
Oxygen levels are at 19%.
Not good. What's our fuel situation? How much fuel do we have?
There is currently 37% fuel remaining.
Guess that's gonna have to do. Has contact with Fortuna been re-established?
Not at this time, Commander.
Keep trying. Coming for you, buddy. Putting an end to this.
You two are going to see your family again. We can help.
I'm not listening to any more of your lies. Artemis, relocate the remaining fuel in the compression chamber of the cockpit.
I'm sorry, Commander. That is a direct violation of my safety protocol.
I don't have time for protocol, just do it!
I am unable to complete your request.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'll do it myself. Activate manual mode.
May I remind you that all Fortuna vessels are monitored by the Vast Horizon Corporation. Failure to comply with your contractual agreement will result in intergenerational debt and incarceration. Would you like to reconsider this lack of reason?
I'm aware. Proceed.
Manual operation is confirmed.
Leave it to me. I'm the one in control.
I'm making sure you don't make it off this planet alive.
It's too late to stop us.
Oh no, I think we lost Carl.
You will also
Just about to say that.
There's no
I was
survivor.
just watching his film. Oh, I hope he comes back.
I've already lost everything. As long as I stop you, and that's all that matters.
I think there's like a nod to Ace in there. There's like something hanging out of his chest.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, please stay tuned. Hopefully Carl can join us again. Otherwise, Ben, you and I can talk about his film. Here he's coming back.
It appears I lost the internet, but I'm back and I missed most of the film.
No, it's okay. I'm glad you're back. So Ben and I were just sort of lost in your film. I'm like, oh my God, I think we lost Carl.
It was the
Perfect
alien.
timing.
The alien took me over, right?
Yeah, exactly. We were wondering.
But this part's so cool with all the voices and stuff.
So bad.
Yes. Very powerful.
I thought you loved me.
Did I mean nothing to you?
You were meant to protect me. You should have saved me.
Sorry I couldn't help you.
You've helped
I love this.
Yeah, agreed. So
You're not going to hurt another living soul.
Fool! You think you won, but there's no stopping. The assimilation is already begun.
Sets it up for a sequel.
That's one of my questions, so we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Commander Hargrave, do you copy? This is Clear Skies
I just love
recovery
all the
vessel.
lightning.
We've received
Ow.
your distress signal.
Just makes the world so like big and
We're descending through the atmosphere to your coordinates.
Yeah.
when I
That's
first
so
saw
cool
that
right there.
in the visual effects studio, I was like, I was not expecting it to be so good.
Oh, it looks so good, right? Coming in like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't Outer Reaches. I don't want to stop it yet because there's some more dialogue at the end.
There's a
And
a
there you
surprise.
go. Your name. Awesome.
Come in, Commander. Do you copy? There seems to be a strange interference with the transmission.
Thank you, Commander. Fortuna will be the ideal transportation vessel for our long journey towards Earth.
What I love in a 12-minute film is that how much world building there is, and
Yep.
the
All
fact
right,
that this alien is like, oh, the assimilation is already begun, and then he takes over the recovery vessel, and then obviously he's going to go on to the bigger ship that this pod comes from, which I think is pretty cool. I definitely wanted to, this is somewhat like a proof of concept or something that could be a bigger thing.
Yes, actually, that's one of my questions I had for you. Could you, would there be a sequel, and could you see perhaps creating a feature-length film from this?
Absolutely. So basically, my production designer and I, when we were building the world, and that includes the ships, that includes the costumes, there's a lot of world building just in design choices. So like on his suit, he's got like different certain scratches on him where like on the different journeys. So in the storyline,
This is usually me.
I know, it's usually you, Ben. Oh gosh, he's frozen again. How's your weekend going?
Ah, this is what happens when I usually disappear.
Oh, it's
I'm
too
not used
bad.
to this. I've
I
got no
wonder if
cat
he
to
can.
show or anything, so
I know my dog is not nearby either. I don't even have any new movies here I could show.
no,
Got nothing.
I have no.
I've got I have my Terrifier water tumbler. I know you love this one.
I love, yeah, I can.
And I got my Jason coffee.
Oh, that's a cool one. I do like that. That's cool.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, he's coming back.
I don't know why my Wi-Fi keeps kicking me out. This has never happened before, by the way. I have it all the time, and I now been kicked out twice. So I think
Oh
maybe
no, it's cool. What's funny is that we were just joking because Ben is usually the one that gets dropped. But
again,
go ahead.
it's something to do with my Wi-Fi. But I was just saying, then 2 weeks later, what happened was the trailer for Alien Romulus came out, and it was almost the exact same plot. And I rang my production designer Sasha, and I said, "You know that script that we're writing that has on the ship and all the alien is like assimilating people?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the plot for Alien Romulus." So we scrapped it
Well,
for now.
You're onto something good. Yeah, I see.
So it's definitely got the potential to be a feature film. The characters are there, the world is there. The Vast Horizon Corporation kind of controls everything, and you can sort of see them being manipulating. And there's a fun little Easter egg for people who go and again and watch it on YouTube or whatever. That the idea is that the character who plays the pilot, who is the alien, has this information about this planet that's been given to him by Vast Horizon, which is kind of similar to like the Atani, the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. But there's all these little things that we can play on with the feature film, where you have the alien character kind of knowing that there was this species already on this planet, and then it kind of sabotages to get that species to come life, because the species itself is like dust, it's like atmosphere. And then so what happens, and this is a kind of fun thing that you might not have got when you watched it the first time, is when the ship comes through the clouds and you hear the hull breach, secure your helmets, that's when the creature comes into the ship. And the reason that the pilot gets assimilated is he didn't get time to put the helmet on. And so when the main commander leaves and then comes back and sees this alien creature, he's like, whoa, I was not expecting that, because it happened so quickly.
Right.
Okay. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
No, I'm just going to say it's quite cool to have it explained, and it sort of opens up the story for you as well.
Okay. Gives that world building, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've got to ask where you took some inspiration from, because me watching it, I just said to Aaron, obviously as you disconnected there was like a bit on his chest that reminded me of Aliens, looked like a nod to Aliens. There's like the tentacles around the throat, and then he says, "Release me from this prison," which kind of reminds me of Independence Day when he's in the glass down in Area 51. And it's kind of like a video game feel to it as well. So I was going to ask, play video games, and did you get any inspiration from any of those, or?
I'm not a video gamer, but it has a lot of inspiration from those types of films. So there's inspiration from The Thing, from Event Horizon. So in Event Horizon, when Sam Neill's character is kind of like getting manipulated, as well as a simple film like Robert Rodriguez's The Faculty. And the fact that the alien creature, at the end of Faculty, to this giant tentacle monster that's in the pool, and then manipulating the staff and stuff like that. So I have another feature film that I've written that is got the same alien species in it, and basically it's about a house party where where a meteorite crashes into the backyard, and that same alien species starts assimilating all the party guests, and then the guests. It's kind of like Project X, but with aliens. So that was, I wrote that first, and then I was like, I'm just going to use the same alien that I already came up with and use it for this film. And so it's all of this, the tentacles are kind of the same, and the way that it sort of changes. And I knew you had a question about the pulsating, so
Yeah, let's go right there, man. Unless you have anything more to say about inspiration, I'd love to know how you did the effects.
yeah.
All
So
those tentacles.
the production company that did the creature makeup is Sharp Effects. So they're the guys that did the Late Night with the Devil. So while we were doing Outer Reaches,
cool.
I went to their studio and they were already doing all of the builds for Late Night with the Devil, including the girl that has the head split and stuff like that. And I basically said to him, I said, look, I want the tentacles to pulsate. And he kind of was a bit like, that's not really possible. And I was like, oh man, that's... So then I went back and to go and sort of see how the progress was. And he's like, we figured it out. And so they put like all these condoms in and had like these pumps. And on set, there was like, we had 9 tentacles built, and there was like 2 puppeteers, and obviously him, and then an assistant prosthetics artist. And so on set, we have the actor, Michael, sitting in the chair with all this tentacles and all the prosthetics on. And then the key, Russell Sharp, who was doing all of like the blood stuff and doing all of like the making it dripping. And then you have 2 like puppeteers like pumping the tentacles, and so it's pulsating, and then they're like, we have them like wiggling and moving. And it's a shame because the capsule's so tight that we couldn't really pull back further, because there's actually more tentacles than you don't see, because it's basically we tentacled the thing fully around this capsule. But it's just amazing, just like watching the monitor. You've got 6 people like this in this tiny little pod, just like puppeteering all these tentacles, and then the actor being the alien. It was like, this is so cool.
What Ben, I've just got to ask, and you can jump in. What was the timing like to get all the prosthetics on? His name is Michael, I believe, right?
Yeah, Michael Foster.
Michael Foster. How long did that take? And then how long did he have to just sit there?
So on all up, the makeup and prosthetics probably took about 4 hours. And that's obviously not including the prep time that takes as well. So he arrived on set at 6 a.m. He, got in the chair, in the makeup chair, and he had about 4 people applying the different prosthetics. So there's all on his face, on his chin. His fingers are all tentacled as well. Then he has the big one in his chest. And so then the biggest tentacle is the one that goes around his neck. And what we did is when he sat down in the set, we shot this on a soundstage, which was much easier than shooting it, I don't know, in a garage or in the back of a truck, which is our original idea. And then when he sat down... Yeah, well, we were going to originally shoot the alien stuff in the desert on a truck while we were shooting like after we shot the stuff on set, and we were like, that is like the stupidest idea we could have. And then when he sits down, he puts the big, large tentacle on, and then that gets secured to the wall. So that's like another hour process of getting all those tentacles to be like suctioned, because it's like an octopus, like squid suction cups, and so they're suctioned to the wall. And so then on set, we got him to do that his stuff, all like with the camera facing him, for like 7 hours, and then about 2 hours of removal. So we're looking at almost 15, 16 hours on set from putting the tentacles on, doing the performance, and then taking it off. So a big undertaking by him, and he was a great sport, and he's very experienced. He's was in the Thor movies, he was in all the Hobbit films, he was in cool. he was God in Preacher. So when I contacted him and said, hey, I've got this idea for this film, and gave him the character pitch, he was like, that's so cool, that's my bread and butter, that's exactly what I want to do. So he was really excited about it, and was a great sport on set, and give him water and whatever, and make him
it paid off. Hopefully he could not go to the bathroom for 16 hours too.
I mean, you can take that big tentacle off, and
I know, I'm kidding.
Leave the chair. Iron bladder.
Yes, of course.
You were saying it took how long it took for the makeup, and like, how long did it take to make the whole short? So I think it's about 12 minutes, is it? But obviously there's a lot more work.
So from the writing of the script to us having it in a cinema for the cast and crew was exactly 6 months. So the process of the filming was 3 days. So we did 1 day, 4 days, sorry. So we did 1 day on set, on location. So that's like all the outside stuff. Then we did 2 days in the soundstage. So we had 1 day where we just shot cam stuff. So we didn't, because we could only afford the prosthetics to be available for 1 day. So we shot all of cam stuff. So that's one direction of the set that we built. And then on the third day, we shot all of Michael's stuff, and that's all the alien stuff. So we just turned the camera the other way. So we kind of shoot that day twice, basically. We shot all of one side of just the alien on 1 day and all of the other side of the main actor on the other day. And then we had to go back to location because the sunset. So the sunset, we didn't get the flare stuff. So we had to do that later. No, the flare stuff we got, but we had to get all of the wide angle stuff because we could only bring the capsule out for 1 day. So anything that doesn't have the capsule, we had to get that on the second day. But yeah, total shoot time 4 days, and then post production probably 3 months with all the visual effects and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So it's like I'm always like reading, and it's like I don't know, say like the Batman Part 2's been put back to another year and stuff, and I'm like, oh, God, more years, or you sit here with this film, and it's generally like 2 years you're sort of sitting around for a movie to be made and come out. So where you say it's like 6 months, that's it is actually explaining to people how long it does take to do certain.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a short too. So I think for me, I was a little bit more complicated in the sense that because there was so much visual effects work that needed to be done. There's a few things that I would have maybe changed. So when we were watching the film, I made a comment about the fact that the ship comes down at the end. So I didn't see all of that, the visual effects, until I was in the visual effects studio. And so what that means is what I would have preferred is to do the previs first and kind of had concept art and knew kind of what the ship was going to look like and what the tone, because then I probably would have made the capsule a little bit different. I would have made it look like it went with all the other sort of futuristic sci-fi stuff. Now, obviously you can't change that. And the very first thing that I did on this film is call my builder and say, can you build this spaceship? So we kind of worked out a concept and then designed the suits and stuff around that. But I would have liked to have more concept art, which is what I did for Closed Circuit. So I went 1 year exactly after shooting Outer Reaches, I made my new film Closed Circuit. And we knew that going in, that we knew all the design elements that needed to be built, the world building and the color palette and the creature and stuff like that. And when you make movies, you kind of have to make compromises, and you learn from every film you make. You guys interview a lot of filmmakers, and I'm assuming that comes up a lot, that every film you make, you get better and better, and you learn, you go, oh, okay, we did that. I wish I did that differently.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And and then the next film, it goes off even better, and you made an even better film the next time.
Yeah, absolutely. What can you say about Closed Circuit? So that's your newest film, your newest short film that is on YouTube, and it's very different. It's set more in an office building than on another planet.
So Closed Circuit is interesting. So it's set in the same universe. I'm kind of trying to build these sort of world building. And if you have something so good like a company that has a planet, a ship that goes to another planet, you want to kind of like touch on that. But yes, it's a different genre, a different style of film. Basically, Closed Circuit is set when Vast Horizon is a startup. So the CEO makes this company that builds technology. And then what I did is I made a character that's within that universe that, is a security guard. Now, Closed Circuit is not available just yet. It's still doing the festival circuit. So if anyone is going to Days of the Dead in Atlanta in a couple of weeks, it will be playing there. And it's playing at a bunch of other festivals coming up in this next year. And then probably at the end of the year, it'll be released on Alta, or I'll put it on my own website or something like that.
Oh, okay. Apologies. I think you sent the link for me to watch.
Yeah, but if anyone wants to watch it, if you are seeing this and you want to watch my new film, send me an Instagram message and I'll send you the link.
Yes, we'll send people your way.
Yeah, but Closed Circuit is interesting because I wanted to make a horror. So when I made Outer Reaches, people started talking to me as the sci-fi guy. It's like, oh, what sci-fi films are you making? And I said to my producer, I'm like, I don't really want to be every film I make to be in that sci-fi genre. I mean, I love sci-fi, and my new feature that I'm working on is also sci-fi. But this film, I was like, let's make a straight up monster movie, but make it something different. I won't give too much away, but the idea is it's about this character who, is going through some things, some trauma or whatever, and then a 8-foot beast monster comes out and starts terrorizing him. So a couple of funny things about that is that the guy who built the capsule in Outer Reaches also built the puppet for Closed Circuit. So, and Michael Foster, who plays the alien, is the werewolf, is the creature. So he came, I rang him up and I said, I have another film. Do you want to be in it? And he's like, oh, what's the role? I said, oh, you're going to play this werewolf monster creature. And he's like, do you see my face? I'm like, you do not see your face. He's like, I'm in.
Awesome.
And it was good to have like the same team involved. And then the creature itself has got full, the fingers move, the mouth opens up. It has like a button that you can push that pulls the jaw open, the head moves, the neck. And so what I wanted to do is really have this creature be immersive and be able to like move and interact with the lead actor.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. I can't wait for folks to see it. Congratulations on that one too. Go ahead.
Thanks.
I'm gonna you say like about the werewolf creature and stuff. I'm just wondering, as you've got like aliens, you've got the xenomorph, predator, you've got the predator and stuff. Have you got a name for the alien in your movie or?
I think I did. It's in the feature script of the house party. What do they say? They say that they're I can't remember. Proxima Centauri. They're like called Centuriites or something like that, or Centurions. I think they might be called Centurions because they're from Proxima Centauri B. And so in the feature that I've written, the one at the house party, it's very similar to the faculty, where the alien, the girl, like one of the party guests, turns back into the alien and goes, "You fools! You will never defeat the Centurions," something like that. And then,
oh, cool.
in this feature, I then decided to set it on Proxima Centauri B.
Full circle, sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, again, congrats on your films. Outer Reaches was a blast. If you're watching and you want to watch Outer Reaches, it's on YouTube. You can check it out. Closed Circuit will be coming soon. Before we let you go, we don't want to take up too much of your time. We always do this or that questions.
Okay.
Basically, we just ask you one thing or the other, and you just pick one. There's no pressure. There's no right or wrong answer. In most cases. All right, I'll go first. Alien or aliens?
Alien.
Yeah.
Killer clowns
Ben.
or critters?
What was that question? Sorry, Ben.
Killer clowns or critters?
Critters.
Cool.
I like puppets. I like
puppets. Yeah.
Yeah, anything that's practical. I mean, Alien Romulus is amazing for that. Obviously, so critters for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Let's see, The Tunnel or Lake Mungo?
I haven't seen either.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is Lake Mungo the Australian one? No,
I think they're both Australian.
Okay, I haven't seen them.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Ben, the next one's for you.
Tea or coffee?
Tea. I'm from Australia. We have a great coffee culture, but there's nothing like a good cup of tea in the morning.
And I understand that you live in Nevada now. What was it like moving from Australia to Nevada?
It's pretty cool. I'm just recently got married, and
congratulations.
Thanks. So I live in Reno now. It's great because it's sort of close to LA, and I'm making a new movie very soon in a couple of months that I'm shooting in near Vegas. So that kind of helps being close.
Cool. All right. Back to that's awesome. Back to the list: ginger snaps or dog soldiers.
Dog soldiers.
Wolf Creek 1 or 2.
I think the first one's really good. John Jarrett does an amazing job. I have a fun story about that, but we'll talk about it another time.
Oh, come on, now you have to tell.
Okay. My mum was sitting in the movie theater to watch Wolf Creek in Melbourne, and it was like near the premiere, and then she was watching it with her niece. And her niece was like really young. It was like, "Whoa, this film's so scary!" And then John Jarrett leans forward and goes, "You don't know the half of it, love."
Oh my gosh.
So he was like in the film watching it.
He was in the theater. Oh my God, that's
and then played the
fantastic.
character of the Wolf Creek character. So I think the first one really solidified Australian horror, which is really awesome. It really pushed it to another level that you can make these independent films. I used to work at hostels a lot, and that was the number one film that backpackers would watch on streaming would be Wolf Creek. So I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a good one. And Hostel's a good one too for backpackers. Let's see. Night of the Creeps or the Blob remake?
The Blob remake, as in like the 1986 one.
Yes.
I'm going to go with, I think the Blob for me, I really like the fact that you can have a sentient creature and it's like something that's not real. For me, the Blob was something that film that I was like, man, you could do all this, like, you can make a monster out of anything.
Yes. Oh, and that scene where the guy gets sucked down into the drain.
Oh, I love the bit where he gets pulled into the door, like the practical effects where like it comes back.
Yeah, that's good too. Oh, it makes me want to watch it right now. Go ahead, Ben.
Candyman or Pennywise?
I think Pennywise. I think this is going to be, different of opinion, but I think Candyman's kind of lame.
Okay,
that's going to be sacrilege.
The original was. I like the original.
The original's good.
Yeah, but no, I'd go with Pennywise.
He's got. I like that they use real bees.
Yes, that's cool. Well, speaking of Pennywise, Tim Curry or the new actor, I forget his name.
Bill Skarsgård.
Which one do you think did a better job?
This is like comparing Jokers, right?
Can you even compare? I guess so.
Yeah, it's just like saying Jack Nicholson or why can't I remember his name? The Australian guy. Joker.
Jared Leto.
Oh, Ledger.
No, Heath Ledger.
Oh, Heath Ledger. Okay.
It's like comparing both. I would go with. I think that Skarsgård does an incredible job. I think that he really pulls into this new fear element, especially for like. I don't know if it's a kids movie, but it's kind of a bit terrifying, especially like the way that he can manipulate himself that is completely like unrecognizable. I think I'm going to go with Bill Skarsgård.
It's funny that you mentioned that because Bill Skarsgård has actually just come out and saying that he would love to play the Joker.
Oh yeah,
I think he'd be pretty good as well.
Especially from just playing Nosferatu, playing Anna Orloff was so good.
I was not a fan of that, but it was.
I think Terrifier wants to do it too.
David
Howard Thornton. Yeah. Anyway, we digress. Let's see. A few more. Hike in the woods or walk through the city?
Like what would I prefer?
Yeah, what would you prefer?
I think the city is more to discover, especially if you go to places like Europe or like New York or something like that. We have a lot of woods in Australia. If you've seen one woods, you've seen them all.
You're done with the woods. And if you've seen horror movies, bad things happen in the woods.
Like drop
there
bears.
You go. Yeah. Yes. Ben, over to you. Got three more. Or what?
Kind of hoping. I've already got the answer. What I think in this, but obviously, The Shining or the Amityville Horror.
The Shining for sure. I think that. I like the Amityville Horror. I think that again solidifies the haunted house kind of feel. I think that The Shining though is a movie that it's in my top 10 favorite films. Ooh, I've never seen any of the. I've only seen the first one. I've never seen the other Amity's. But I think The Shining for me really influenced the horror community. It changed the game in a big way, and I think that the film itself is amazing. It's probably one of Stanley Kubrick's best films.
I never
think
understood.
There are a lot of. Go ahead, Ben.
No, every time there's a list of top like horror movies, scariest films, and it's The Shining's always number one, and I'm like, it's not scary. I never understood how it looked at as being scary. I've never looked at that film as.
I wouldn't say it's super scary, but
maybe
Jack Nicholson's performance is incredible.
Unbelievable, yeah. But
should have been nominated for Academy Award, but. Whatever.
yes. Well, this has never come up before. You said you haven't seen all the Amityville films. I don't think you're missing much. We've got The Evil Escapes. No idea.
You've never seen it.
Dollhouse. I think
What
I've
are,
seen Dollhouse.
what's
Maybe.
the irony?
Oh wait, wait,
What irony of these
wait.
films?
A New Generation. How funny is this? And I've
Aaron,
got
why do
Amityville.
you own all these movies?
I was just about to ask this.
Why do I own them all? And I've got Amityville 1992. It's about time.
There's
It's
no
time travel.
Isn't there Amityville like a killer toilet or something as well? I've seen.
Maybe. Isn't there Amityville in space? I don't have that one.
Werewolves and stuff.
Anyway, it sounds like it's getting a bit silly, honestly.
Oh my god, I have Amityville Clown House.
Oh, dude, that looks so bad.
It's got the guy from Nightmare on Elm Street too.
Nice.
What's his name? Can't think of his name. Mark Patton is in it.
Yeah.
There we go. Amityville Clown House. We're really going off the rails here. We're trying to limit this to 30 minutes. Okay, two more. Carrie or Firestarter?
Carrie. I think
See
that
the connection there with the fires.
We always end with this.
Yeah.
For a reason. Jaws or Halloween 78?
Like the original Halloween, you mean?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny about that? I just bought both of them on VHS, like literally like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'm going to go with Jaws. So for me, growing up and being a filmmaker, Steven Spielberg is like the ultimate like person that made those kind of films mainstream, and I love the practical. Every time I'm at Universal Studios, I always feel a little bit like excited when the shark pops out of the water, even if it looks a bit lame when you're a bit older. You're like, it's like janky, but just the way that it created a new fear, and the fact that the Jaws robot didn't work in the water really, so he had to come up with a creative way. Like if that shark worked and it was built like it was meant to, would we have that genre of film?
Yeah.
What you don't see.
Sorry, that goes with what I always say though. With me, with certain horror films, especially with like found footage or haunted house, I always say less is more. I just think what you can't see is scarier.
And I just noticed how much Jaws paraphernalia you have behind you. That's so much. Is that a board game?
There is a board game. There's a Lego set.
I love it. That's so cool.
Everything. It's Ben's subliminal way of getting everyone to choose Jaws when we ask this question. I have a little Halloween shrine behind me, but I think the Jason mask sort of dwarf it. But nothing like Ben's Jaws.
I do like both your setups. I need something like that. I'm just started collecting VHS again, and I want to start doing that as well. But whatever.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, Karl, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations again on your films. Outer Reaches is on YouTube, like I said. How can folks find you on social media?
Sure. You can follow me on social media at Forgotten Astronaut Productions. That's sort of where you'll see all our BTS and our updates of film festivals. If you want to follow me directly and shoot me a message, you can follow me at 1 page per minute.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'll do closing, don't I? Go over to Instagram over there. Follow us at A&B Horror Movies. Also, if you are already subscribed, and if not, and you've come across this video, hit the like and subscribe because it helps us. And thank you to everybody watching. Karl, thank you for coming and joining us, and good luck with the future.
Thanks. Well, thanks so much for having me. It was a great time. I love talking about movies, and I'll be happy to be back anytime you want me.
We'll have to do it again soon. Yeah, keep us updated on your future films.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
All right. Bye, everyone.